Hello, my little lovebirds. TonyaTko here. And first, before we get into the video, I wanted to apologize. I didn't do my Wednesday video last week. My dad had to go to the hospital, and so I was fully engulfed in that. And so coming out of it, I wanted to come back really strong with a video aimed towards women. And the name of this video is called For Better or Worse. Sounds good in theory, but ... And before we get into that video, I wanted to tell you, if you're on Facebook, make sure you come over to my Facebook page and sign up over there, because when I'm not able to make videos, I post over there. And even between videos, I post over there, and some of the things that I post over there actually become videos. So even if you don't have a Facebook page, you can always stay up with. I think you can read the post. You just can't respond, and you can stay up with me over there. And the address is facebook.com/TonyaTko show, and of course that's Tonya. That's right, with an O. I say that all the time, but people still spell my name Tanya. It's Tonya. And I'll put the links below, and you can head right over there now, and you can add me, and just stay up with me. I'm always around somewhere, and I think you can even now email people from their pages on Facebook as well. So that's another way. And when you email me, you can ask for, I have this thing called inbox advice, and I'll present your problem to my page on Facebook so you can get other people's take on it. You can get a lot of different responses to that. Just make sure you give as much detail as possible. All right, so now into today's video. For better or worse sounds good in theory, but ... What happens when the worst, when the quote-unquote worst happens? When that worst happens, what happens then? Because we know it's easy to love a person for better when they're happy and they're jovial and they are the person that you fell in love with. It's very easy then. And even in our optimism or perhaps naivete, we say, you know, of course, this is my baby, I'm gonna love this person. I'm gonna love this person whether they're in a car accident and get injured, I'll take care of them. Whether they lose their legs, I'll take care of them. If they lose their job, I'll take care of them, you know, no problem. When they're down and out, I'll take care of them, no problem. But I wanted to come to you today to ask you to make sure that you know and understand that the them that is them when it's better won't be the same them that is them when it's worse. Hear me. Listen to what I'm saying. When you see a person and they are in their full spirits, oh yes, it's easy to love them then, but when they are down and out, that person that you fell in love with will become another person. And that's the key trick right there. Will you be able to love this person when they're different, when they're truly down and out? You know, we take into account that the person that we're speaking to and that we love looks the same on the outside. That's the trick right there. They look the same. The problem is who they are on the inside. And depending on how long the problem persists, who they are on the inside can begin to change. And is that the person that you can stand through thick and thin? That person who is really downtrodden, that person who is depressed. You know, many women, and this video goes out especially to women today, not only because of the economy, but especially because of the economy. You know, we say, oh, that's my baby. You know, I don't care. If anything happened to him financially, I would take care of him financially until he got back on his feet. So we say, I love him, and if he can't give to me financially, I will be okay. But what if he can't give to you emotionally? What if he can't support or encourage you because he's so drawn inside of himself in turmoil and dismay that he has nothing that he can give to you, either financially, emotionally, in terms of support, spiritually, depending on how long he stays in this rut. What if he can't then give to you? What if his penis can no longer work? What if he can't make you feel pretty and secure? What if, you know, I want you to think about all of these things, because it's so easy to love a person when we imagine what things would be like, and we imagine that they'll be so happy and so uplifted, and that they'll be, you know, and that they'll still be who they are, you know, and that they and that their personalities won't change, that they won't get depressed, and that they won't become mean, and that they won't be, you know, lethargic or become very negative or have bouts of suicidal thoughts or whatnot. You know, so I want to pose the question: what happens when the worst happens? What happens when this person has nothing that they can give, and that you have to have double enough for the both of you, so that you have to take from what is within you and give it to this person, not only with money. Oh, money is easy. You make some of that and you hand it over. But what about when you have to take what's inside of you spiritually, so that you have to go to another source? You talk to your parents or your friends, or you talk to whomever, so that you could pump yourself up twice as much, so you have 200%, so that you can give this person an extra 100 that you have from within you. What happens when the worst happens? And I'm saying this to you because I want to ask, can you do that? And then for how long? You know, and this message I'm dedicating especially to the ladies, because, you know, we have a special role, you know, as God-given nurturers, you know, but we also need something. I know that as women, I know that we need, you know, I know that we need support, and we need love, and we need encouragement. But what happens when our significant other can't do that? Because, you know, we have this fantasy idea of what a man is. We want somebody who is suave like Denzel, strong like The Rock. We want somebody freaky. I'm sorry, freaky like Prince. And then somebody who makes money like Donald Trump. Somebody smart as Tavis Smiley, sweet like the boy next door, loyal, funny like Will Smith, and he can oh, romantic like a movie. Somebody who can fight like Chuck Norris, defend his family like Scarface, and it can even be funny like Dave Chappelle. We want all of this wrapped up in one package. And I'm telling you, ladies, that dream person just does not exist. You know, we expect for our men to have all the answers, but what about when he doesn't have all the answers? We expect for our men to be strong, but what about when he can't be strong? And I'd like to give you an example so that you can kind of gauge where I'm coming from, you know, in terms of this whole, just imagining this entire scenario. Any of you women who have ever been pregnant or know somebody who has been pregnant, you know and understand exactly what I mean. And as a caveat, I want to tell you, ladies, listen. If you become pregnant in a relationship in which you are not married, please make that man marry you before you begin to show. Make him marry you, because you'd be surprised how many men contact me and how many of my friends, you know, come to me when their women are pregnant, and they can't understand how the person that they see is the person that they got with, but this person has turned completely and utter totally crazy. you know, with hormones or any number of type fluctuations going on the inside. And they come to me and they complain and they're like, oh, she should be able to control herself better than this. I have hormones too, blah, blah, blah. And they just don't get it. And they see this person and this person has turned into a complete mad woman. And you know, a woman is pregnant for 9 months, which is almost a year, but still, it's not a year. And even in that 9 months of craziness, so you'd be surprised how many relationships break up when a woman is pregnant and they just can't grasp that this is the same person seemingly on the outside, but on the inside, there's so some of you women who have bad menstrual cycles, you know exactly what I mean. And you know, so I hope you can understand. I hope you can understand, because some men, they don't get it when they're looking at their girl and they're like, why is she screaming at me? Nothing I do is right. She hates me. Oh, this, that, and the other. And then the relationship ends up breaking up because it couldn't take that bump, that worse right then. And you know, pregnancy is a beautiful thing, but everybody has, you know, different levels of hormonal influx. So just keep that in mind. Any of you who are pregnant out there, especially men, if your girl is pregnant, please bear with her. It doesn't last forever. And she will return back to the sweetie pie darling that she was before she became pregnant. I know, you know, some people out there. I mean, oh goodness. I don't even want to talk about my sister and who she changed into. But, you know, family, you can't give it a family. But when you're in a loving relationship, you know, all too often it's so easy to just get rid of that person. And when I talk about for better or for worse, unfortunately, half of marriages are now ending in divorce. And I wanted to send this message out to women because, you know, a lot of us ladies, you know, we really don't get it. We're not men, so we don't understand how much of their identity, how much of their manhood, how much of them as human beings are tied into what it is that they do. The ability to be able to take care of their families and the ability to be able to be what they consider to be a man and to be able to control his own destiny and to be able to hold things down. You have no idea the type of turmoil and the type of doubt and the type of just the torrential storms that are happening inside of a man. And I'm giving out this special message now in this economy because, ladies, it's up to us to be very strong now, more than ever, to be very strong. And believe me, if you have a man who is out of work, he is affected by this in some way or another. And the longer he's out of work, the longer and further and deeper down into this rut this man may become. So, you know, a lot of us have this opinion or come to this conclusion about what men are from, you know, from our fathers. Whether you're like me and you come from a family with a very strong patriarch, or whether you come from a family with, you know, a very weak patriarch who was a pushover or whatnot, and then so you decide that I'm going to get a man opposite to this. You know, in my house, my father is a very strong patriarch, and he makes a lot of the decisions, and he is the head of the household, and he is, you know, a man, and he's a West Indian man at that. So I hope you can understand what I'm saying when I say my father is a strong patriarch. And when he was ill last week, I did not know what this family would do without him, honestly. And then so for those of you who come from a family with a very weak patriarch, and he's severely henpecked, as I had one woman describe it, or not able to hold it down, or, you know, in and out of not having a job or rehab or alcoholism or whatnot, right? And you decided that you would get somebody opposite to him, or whether you had a father who was absent and you made up your ideas about men as a result of having a father who was strong, weak, or absent. I wanted to tell you, at the end of the day, all men, regardless, all men are human. And human people, and humans are fallible. Humans make mistakes. Humans are sometimes afraid. Humans are sometimes weak. All human beings, even men, cry. Just like we don't like men who have these perceptions of us and oh, the lady in the streets, and oh, the freak and the lady and the freak, and and the virgin whore dictomy, and they want this duality, and they don't expect women to pass gas, and they think women sweat butterscotch, and all this other stuff, and it's like it's unrealistic for women to be able to live into this fantasy mold. And I wanted to tell you ladies, to think about some of the fantasies that we have about men and the mold that we put them into. And I wanted to ask you, are you able to love this person for better and for worse when times are hard and this person isn't a person that you can recognize? And unfortunately, this is a reality for many of us in this economy. So I wanted to give this message out to you ladies. Be strong, my dear. This is not the time that you pummeled your man with demands for what it is that you need right now. If you can, and you know what, and this is this, and you know what, and I want everybody to have what they need in a relationship. Yes, but when your man is under severe duress, this may not be the right time to come down on him for what it is that you have to have and what it is that he's not doing, etc., etc. And this is not the time for you to feel insecure or unpretty or any of that. And I spoke about this in the video where I said, don't ask a man if he needs a hug. Just give him one anyway. I spoke about this in the video. A lot of men don't have anybody that they can talk to. And if you as a woman, listen, if I know you as a woman have other people that you can talk to. So if you need somebody to help pump up your ego right now, call one of your other friends. Call a girlfriend. If you need, somebody to make you feel pretty, go on out and go shopping. And, well, if you don't have no money, listen, it might not be the right time to go shopping, but I hope you get what I'm saying. I don't want to drone on and on in this video, but I did want to give that message out. Ladies, if you can pump yourself up from an outside source and fill yourself up to 200% so that in this time of need you can give a little bit more to this man, please do so. Especially if he was a man who was very good to you before the situation happened. If you're in a situation where this person is just take, and all you've ever done is is give from the very beginning, and it's all about this person, and you're completely drained and sucked dry at the end of the, no, that's a whole different story. I'm talking about if it was once better and it is now worse. As long as there's no physical violence involved, if that's the case, listen, you need to get the hell out. I'm sorry. No ifs, ands, or buts. Somebody puts their hand on you, they hit you, you hit the door, then you hit 911 and have them hit him up with some handcuffs. Do you hear what I'm saying? Listen, that's another story. But I'm hoping that we're just talking about, just the normal sadness, depression, and forlornness that can happen in a situation where a man is experiencing tremendous difficulties as a result of this economy, or a death in the family, or problems with his baby mama, or problems from being divorced, or problems at work, or if he thinks he's going to be downsized and he's experiencing some difficulties. Be there for him. As a woman, you have so much love that you can give, and I know how easy it is to say that you'll be there. And I just want you to just kind of realize how difficult it may be, and on the flip side, men, if women, a man stays out of work for too long, he starts to feel really downtrodden. A woman, if she is in a position where she doesn't feel very pretty for too long, she can start going through some tremendous problems. Will you be there for her then? If she were in a car accident, didn't have legs, or is pregnant for too long and feeling fat, or whatever the case may be, if she goes too long not feeling pretty, will you be there for her? Because she's going to be very different on the inside as well. I mean, it's a two-way street. So for my sisters out there, my girlfriends, let me give you a hug so that I could give some strength from me to you, so that you can go and hug that man and pump him up and give him some strength right now in this time with me. Come hug me, hug me, hug me, hug me. Hug, 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 hug. Oh, God, I love you guys. I love you guys so much. Now go out there and love one another. But most importantly, what? That's right. Love yourself. And if you love your boo like you love you, then give him some of what you have inside of you. TonyaTko, and I'm peace. Make sure you come over to my website, TonyaTko.com. Come over to my Facebook page, facebook.com/TonyaTko show, twitter.com/TonyaTko. And if you want skin like mine, come over to my website, tkoskin.com. I sell handmade, organic, all-natural skincare products to help me stay flawless and looking... Oh, that was too much. I'm out of here. TonyaTko, and I'm out. Peace. Oh, all links are below, so stay in touch with me. And I'd love your comments below. And if you're going through something like this, please respond. And I love video responses too. I got so many video responses to my last video. So listen, any type of response I'm happy to get. And I do read all of the comments on my videos. There's only like 200 comments. I can read 200 comments over the course of a few days. Peace.